those of you that have been around for a while, you will never hear me say to drown in training. I won't. I'll tell you, don't you dare touch training until you've done your reach outs, which actually I'm super excited. I don't know how many of you guys are doing Bob's challenge that starts this week, but apparently he's going to teach us how to never say the word reach out again. And I'm very excited about that because I personally hate the word, but I still haven't found a better one. For a while, I used the word prospect, and I was like, I don't like that either. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited to see how Bob's going to take the word reach out of our vocabulary. So I'm super excited for those of you guys that are doing it with us. But anyway, do not drown in training. Do not hear me wrong, but do not, especially if you're new, do not let one day go by without learning something new. When I tell you that when I started my business 5.5 years ago, I really want to rewind it so you guys can think about what it was like. And Sherry and I talk about this a lot because she's been in this business for 10 years, almost 10 years now. When I started, I worked a full-time job. We have 5 kids. You guys know, I didn't have any extra time. Like I didn't, honestly, if you ask me how I did it, I would be like, I don't know how I did it. I have no idea how I did it. I just did it every single day. I put something Rodan and Fields in my head. I drove around with those little inserts that come in the regimens, the inserts that come in. I had all 4 of those because there were only 4. I had all 4 of those in my purse. They were tucked inside of the product guide in my purse so that whenever anybody asked me a question about products or anybody asked me a question about something, I just pulled it out and I just read it. We had a library, but it did not look like the one we have now, guys. Okay. We had RF connection. It did not look like that. The virtual platform did not exist. So there was no magical, like these product training videos, you guys need to be watching them. They're really good. That was not available. We did have the YouTube channel, and if you guys ever go to the Rodan and Fields YouTube channel, go look at the old videos. That's all there was. But every single day, at least something I put into my head, and every single day I learned something, and every single day I made it my goal to talk, like actually talk, not write, talk to one person about Rodan and Fields. Miranda knew me then. I probably sounded like a wild rabbit. Okay, I didn't know what I was talking about. I mean, I didn't. I mean, I didn't know, but I was excited about what I was doing, and I knew I wasn't going to bed, not one single night, without talking to somebody about it because I knew. And by the way, guys, nobody told me this. Maybe Sunday night trainings, because Sunday night trainings was all we had as well, and so I would plug into those, and I would listen intently. And then I would go do whatever idea they talked about on Sunday night, spend the whole week trying to figure out how to be like that person said I needed to be. But I don't remember where I was going with that. Oh, whatever. Anyway, but nobody told me to do that because here's the thing, guys. Nobody had to tell me that to make a paycheck, my PSQV had to grow. Nobody had to tell me that for my PSQV to grow, I had to get somebody on the dang phone or cross my fingers that somebody would shoot me their billing information via Facebook, which still shocks the pants off of me that people do it, but they do it. People want to avoid the phone like the plague, and I'll let them, that's fine. But I knew that. Nobody had to tell me that. Nobody had to tell me that I needed to write X amount of people every day to find these people. I figured that out because I wrote a whole bunch of people that didn't want to talk to me, and I called a whole bunch of people that didn't want to talk to me, and you just start to pick it up along the way. And I really mean that. Nobody had to tell me how to be hungry to build my paycheck. Nobody had to tell me how to do it at all costs. Sherry never told me how to do it. She would have been like, I don't know, Sarah, just do it. That's it. And I say that to say that I almost feel like, especially on months like this, I almost feel like everybody is waiting for something, waiting for a sale, waiting for an event, waiting for language, waiting for a challenge, waiting for something. And I don't know what everybody's waiting for a challenge. It's not a sale. It's not anything. That's not why you're building your business. Whatever reason that you are building your business, some of you I know, and some of you, I honest to goodness, don't have a clue. Whatever that reason is, you are the only one that knows that truth in your heart. And you are the only one that can do whatever it takes at all costs to put numbers up there in your PSQV to build the paycheck. I can't do that for you. I might be able to speak some life into you every once in a while and give you some fun language you've never heard of. I might be able to give you a challenge or an event to spruce up your day, but I can't do any of that for you. No, nobody can. Not your sideline sister, not your RFBFF, not the RFX rock star on the Sunday night call. You know, it's so typical for people to listen to a call and then be fired up. And let me tell you what I hear a ton. Be real fired up, and I've said it too, so I'm just as guilty sometimes. Oh my gosh, that was so awesome. I am going to do that. I'm like, I can't wait to see it. Because everybody gets really excited after they hear something, or after they take something in, or after they see something. Man, this is going to be the best event ever. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. Great, do it. And how do you do it? Be real hungry about it. Go talk to people. At this point, there are so many examples for language out there. I almost think it's crippling how many examples for language there are out there, because what will end up happening is, short of really sounding crazy and like sending a book to people, which we do not want you to do, you can end up sounding not even like yourself. And I'll go back to the example that I've used forever. If you have just written something and you would never say it to that person's face, delete it. Because people can smell authenticity. People want to be thought of. They are I am excited. I think you guys get excited when you get invited to something. When you genuinely get invited to something from someone, man, that's cool. I don't care if they're trying to sell me something or not. You know what I hate? I hate getting blind added to a group. I hate getting just a mass thing. I can't stand that. But I love being invited to something. I love being thought of. And I bet you guys do too. And so whenever you are making your dream team list and writing them and telling them, man, I don't know if this would be for you at all. I don't have a clue. But I would love to work with you because of this, 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 and this. Would you be open to looking at what I do? Can you imagine? Like, even if that person is like, not really, love watching you, but not really. They feel thought of because you told the truth. And whenever you write people about products, it's the same thing. Like, I don't know what you're using right now. You know, maybe you got new stuff, maybe you got old stuff, maybe you got stuff you love. I don't really know. But I have this and I thought of you because I thought maybe you might like it. Nobody is going to be mad about that. I mean, if they are, they're probably the wrong people anyway. And that's another conversation we've all had before. We don't want them. But they are happy that they're thought of. And so I think there's too much pressure. And honestly, I'll tell you what I think it is from this view. And I hate to say it, but I don't think you guys will take me the wrong way. It's ego and it's selfishness. And it's that we are so busy thinking about ourselves. We're so busy thinking about, what are they going to think about this? Did I say the right thing? Did I this, I this, I this, I this? That we've halfway forgotten that it's not even about us. It's about these other people that we're trying to help. And nobody wants to, especially, I know all of you, especially nice people like us, we don't want to think of ourselves as selfish, but we are human beings and we are selfish sometimes. And if you find yourself in the thick of just overthinking it, really overthinking it, whole bunch of I statements, then you have to step outside for a second and tell yourself, nope, no, Sarah, I'm not going to do that today. It's not about me. I'm not going to make it about me. Quit thinking about yourself. Quit being so selfish. It's not about me. And I have to do that. So I've had to do that more times than I can even count. So we all go through it. But especially on months, whenever they're harder, we tend to explore what's wrong with us. What are we doing? What is this? And whether we like it or not, it is a numbers game. And you just haven't found the people yet. You know, who knows? Next month you could find all the people in the first 5 days. We love those months, right? But this month that may not be that. And actually, there are some people that are on our team, they're having some of their best months ever, by the way. Best months ever. My sister is like killing it this month, and she struggles sometimes. And it is so fun to watch that. And so there's the cycle. There's not only the sales cycle that happens, you can just count on it, but there's then your own cycle in your business. And that matters. How long have you been in business? Have you established the know, like, and trust factor? Have you built a good reputation? Have you been consistent? Because I promise you, if you back in and out, in and out, in and out, selling this, selling that, selling this, selling that, people are like, what's going on? You're all over the place. They need to know that you're consistent, that you're going to be there, and that you're not just, not is Rodan and Fields a fad? Are you a fad? People are really watching for that kind of thing. So I'm curious to know tonight, one of the things I was thinking about this afternoon is I wonder why everybody's excited right now. Like, we have things that we get excited about, you know, events, sales, a product that you love. And I want you to think about it and think about whenever you're reaching out to people, why are you excited about that? What are you working for right now? What lights you up? Lee's at Disney. She doesn't get to answer.
I'm not at Disney anymore, thank God.
I was gonna say, if you say anything but Disney, you're lying.
No, 2 days was enough. I'm done. I think I've had a hard time, I'll be honest. My situation right now, it's kind of different than what you're asking. My downfall was I pushed in so much work in the beginning of the month, and there was absolutely no responses, or there was very little. The other thing I'm battling with is my face is so broken out and has been, and it's not that I feel like if I weren't using the Unblemished, my face would be absolutely infected and worse. But I think my face is really, really sensitive to the masks. And so it makes me really frustrated that I'm using it and my skin, and I can't use my face. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I can't get on there and say something, even though I know it works. There are so many people that do wear the masks that aren't as sensitive as I am, but there are a lot of people that are sensitive to it. My thing is, so how do I use myself as an example when I'm still having my breakouts, even though I know that it's working? But if I didn't have it, because I can tell when I don't use it. Like, I'll go like a one night and I'm like, let's see if it helps. And then I do a whole regimen. I'm like, oh my gosh, it does.
Lee, I have
so real. Just be so real, because people are feeling that same way, I'm sure. And when you are like so real and put yourself out there, it will draw so many people in, because they will totally get it. And I've never had acne, so I can only imagine how hard it is and how self-conscious you are. But they will totally appreciate your honesty and will be right there. Like, I just know it. I've seen it so many times, and they will love that about you because they can relate.
I have a handful of regrets from the beginning of my business, and I love to tell you about the regrets, because I pray you don't do them. And Lee, one of the biggest regrets from the beginning of my business is not being honest about my skin. I showed it when it was doing good, because I had acne. I had like cystic open with like acne all along my jawline. I did things. I hosted events. Like I did stuff like that, and I just covered it up and did the best I could and didn't acknowledge it. But I did not share my story publicly. I did not take pictures. I did not share it at all. And that was a huge, clearly it's
how do I
fine.
Get around this though? Like, I know I know eventually if I don't have to wear the mask, my face is going to be amazing. Because my forehead is amazing. It's just, and it's very cystic. It's very painful. But I don't know how to share that story with saying people, if I'm advocating for a company that I feel like it works, which I know it does, but I still have acne. How do I still portray that the product works?
Are you using the Unblemish and or the Soothe mask in
I
combination?
haven't. No, I haven't. And that was one of the things that I wanted to ask tonight was if I use a Soothe in the morning before I put my mask on, do you think there could be a chance that it would reduce some of the inflammation?
Yes.
Okay.
You need to use the mask. You need to use the Unblemished mask because myself,
Okay.
I'm doing great now, but the masks that we're all wearing, they are making me flare up. And so I am using the Unblemished mask 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay. It's not the same as putting like your wash and dabbing it on the zits.
No, not at all.
Okay.
You need that mask ASAP.
Okay. I'll order that then. And then the Soothe.
Can I just throw this in? I watched. I do a weekly Facebook Live video, and I was watching the doctors. I was going to do one on Blemish about 6 or 8 months ago, and I was watching a video from the doctors, and they said actually, if you've got blemishes that you want to target, dab the mask, the Unblemished mask on each blemish, and then go to bed. And they said it's amazing how it diminishes them overnight.
The mask itself, like the little one, not the wash, right? Okay.
Correct. The mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll try that.
And when you get
Wait, where do you live? Where do you live? I'll send you one in the mail tomorrow. It'll get there faster than if you order one, I bet.
St. Petersburg, Florida.
I bet it would get faster if I mail it because they're kind of slow right now from what I've heard.
I was gonna say it's probably not gonna make it for this month.
Well, if you send me your address, I'll send you one.
Okay.
I'll send you a mask I have if you just send me your address.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
When you get it, you need to take a picture with it, acne or no acne, and you need to say how glad you are that this just came in the mail because you are sick to death of breakouts all over your jawline.
I know.
Everybody's dealing with that right now. Like that is something that is extremely relatable, and like you don't have to have perfect skin at all to do this business because skin is skin. Like it breaks out. Like, what you're eating, your hormones, the weather conditions, the mask that we're wearing, like I love like what Kayla said, just be honest and totally, because everyone's going to be able to relate to you, literally probably every human being on the face of this earth right now.
What you're going through is relatable. How much do we hate getting on Facebook and seeing people's highlights reels? I'm sick to death of it. I wish somebody would post their acne online. I wish somebody would post their acting up toddlers. I wish somebody would post their terrible teenagers. I try to without being negative.
Right.
Like I know people would be more honest and people will relate to you. Some people actually think that they can't do XYZ because their skin isn't this. And it's like, I don't know who you've been watching, but you got it all wrong.
Right.
Didn't the doctors also say in that same video, Kathy, about using Soothe? And I think you were starting to talk about incorporating the Soothe wash as well. Is that so many people are having problems, people that don't normally break out are breaking out because of wearing those face masks and how it traps. And they were talking about, I thought I remembered them talking about using the Soothe wash and then, using your moisturizer and being makeup free. Don't put anything, this would be our radiant defense, would be our moisturizer, but, and then making sure that you wash the mask every day. If it's, you know what I mean? Because it's trapping bacteria and that's what's causing a lot of the problems. I thought I remember.
It's actually, Debbie, probably not that because I believe that this video was predated COVID.
I saw one that was specific for the masks with COVID, and also they did the one on the hands too. And I wanted to share that one because it was really good about people having all kinds of problems with cracking and dry hands because of all of the hand and the antibacterial, sanitizer and all that stuff.
That's honestly, did you find that on the virtual platform?
I did, but the thing is it wasn't shareable. It was, you can go there and watch it. It was really good. I was just really disappointed it wasn't shareable.
So those things,
content.
Yeah, well, with those ones that aren't shareable, what I do is I'll take one of my little note cards and I'll watch it. I'll do a little note taking on the high points on it, and I'll turn around to my customer page and I'll deliver that right to them. That's free material for you. And so, well, with that, though, and with that, and those things that are relatable, cracked hands, mask me. We're going to have cracked skin coming up wherever you live soon anyway. Be on top of sharing those things, because sales doesn't have to be that hard when you're tuned in to what's actually going on in the world, right? Everybody's wearing masks. Everybody's washing their hands. Cold weather is coming. What happens in cold weather? What products do we have to go with that? Share that natural thing. And if we have, and see, Debbie, I find that my people, they hardly ever will watch a video that I share. If I recreate the video, or if I type up some bullet points from it and take a picture with the product or whatever, they'll read it. They're way more prone to listen to me, which is weird, than if I just share. And it may be visibility as well, than if I just share a video. So even on some videos that are shareable, I will redo them like that. I will say, guys, that this is a really good point. The knowledge that they just spit out. Do you know where they got that knowledge? They spent a little bit of their free time, right? Whatever that is. They spent a little bit of their 24 hours that you have too, and they listened to training on some things that they didn't know yet. Now they know. Now they share it with us. So, I mean, we all need to be doing things like that.
Can anybody?
I know. Go ahead, Sarah. I was gonna say, I know one thing. You did a video not just recently in your PC page, and you incorporated. It was when you were washing your face, and you incorporated talking about, you know, the changing weather and what it does to your skin, and you know, stuff like that. And I actually listened to that because I think anything that you say is brilliant, and I always take notes on it. That's just how I'm like, she's talking. but like, I took bullet points from that and I created my own post in my customer page, because that was one thing I had written down. And I think right now, like when you're talking about, you know, you're saying you don't have to wait for a challenge, you don't have to wait for language or an event to work our business every day. Like, this is something that we can be doing literally every day, is talking about like adding in the active hydration serum, because you know, like do some education posts, because a lot of people don't know, or they don't think about it. And you know, customers are like, what else can I add into my routine? Or they don't, I promise you, they do not go on our websites and look at all these products that we have. I mean, we could overwhelm them with what we have, but it's like if you just plug in a little bit here and a little bit there.
Good point.
But I think that that's something that would be easy for all of us to do, like every day. It's just be putting out there to people, like just kind of that from an education type standpoint.
And you're not, here's the thing, you're not, somebody's not going to give it to you. Now, someone may give it to you in the form of a video or something that you're going to watch, but right. You have to go find that material. You have to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, you
can I ask you guys, in terms of PC pages, mm-hmm. How often does everybody post?
I post about 5 times a week. If not, if I'm not, and then I'll do videos at night whenever my kids haven't run me into the ground.
Okay. Is that about average for people?
I try to post several times a week. Sometimes I don't always hit that, but I do try to post several times a week and make sure that I'm showing my face in there several times throughout the month, you know, and like, you just get on there like while you're doing your morning or nighttime routine and talk to them while you're using the products, and talk about whatever it is you're wanting to talk about for a few minutes, but also like what you're using. Like, I want to share with you guys, like the best thing is like the get ready with me in the morning or at nighttime, like especially because you're showing the products that you're using in the morning, plus like Radiant Defense, the brow boost, like, and also how quick it is to do.
My people have seen me do just about everything, and they're getting ready to see me do the pore cleanser again this week, because this girl, and here's the thing for you, Lee, I haven't used the pore cleanser in a month now. I don't know how that happened. I was using it every week, and then 1 week I didn't, and then it was easy not to do it, and now my pores are nasty. So this girl's getting real honest on her PC page, and I'm going to be like, guess who messed up? Come watch me suck my pores out. And that's what we do. They watch me use all this stuff. If I'm like doing a different routine, or if like maybe I'm changing it up, because we have it all. And so, I mean, I have a routine that is like my standard one, but sometimes it's the recharge wash and eye cream and lash boost and like a face mask, and I'm done. And if I decide to do something different, I share it with them, because I want them to know, I actually want them to know that there's options, and I want them to know that it's not one size fits all. And I want them to know that I'm not perfect as well. I want them to know that the fact that you went to bed and only used your step 1, super normal. Super normal.
And also, one thing that I think you always do really good at too, Sarah, is that you always drop a line about, hey, I have all of this because, you know, of my business. And you always drop something in there about the business, and, you know, you kind of offer that just like really naturally. So you kind of put it out there every time to them, but it's not like, it's not weird or creepy. It just flows very naturally. And
yeah, and I think last time I did, I said something like, the only reason I get to pick what I want to use tonight is because I do happen to have it all at a deep discount. Like, and I'm pretty honest with them about it, and I really, really recommend that you guys do the same thing. You just let them know, listen, you could hate this. I don't know if you'd like this or not. I just know that if you're thinking about it, we should probably talk about it. It's no big deal. It's just some questions. And I do try to say that to them a lot, because there's this barrier that people put up of like, if I talk to her, if I open the conversation, she's going to lock me in a weird closet. It's going to get super creepy. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, let's just talk about it. I actually may not even want to work with you. I don't know yet. So just letting that conversation be more natural as you talk with them. So Leah, I really think you need to put a little less pressure on yourself. You're doing way better than you think you are. The fact that, and I said this to somebody on Sunday, the fact that you're here right now with us, says more than you have any idea. Okay. The fact that you're waking up every day and you're working towards your goal.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, I don't get to judge everybody's hunger meeting or hunger level. But if you are at a place that you don't like in your business, you got to get hungrier.
Right.
You do. And I remember months, especially in the first 6 months of my business, where I did not know where it was going to come from. I would be scared to death that, whatever. And Sherry Hanks has always told me, you never know what's going to happen in a day. You have no idea. And if you think about it, every day when you woke up and it's been like a really good day, you got like 3 orders that day. Did you know that was going to happen that day? No. It's a mindset thing. You have to control your mindset. You have to. You just have to tell yourself you don't know how it's going to happen, but you know that you're going to make it happen. And accept nothing less, honestly, because there are so many people out there with skin, and you all are not hermits. You all know a lot of people, probably a lot more people than you think you do. And you just have to go find them. And if you think you've been brave and you still haven't found them, then you probably need to get a little bit braver. Who else? Hey, Tracy.
So I came in a little late. I've been my alarm didn't go off. I have an alarm set for all the meetings. So are we mostly talking about like things that we could do better, advice? What are we talking about right now?
I actually asked everybody to tell me what they were excited about.
Ooh, I am super, super excited for like all of the things going on right now. Like there is a way for everybody to like touch somebody in their network, which is so exciting for me because I don't like doing the like, hey, I haven't talked to you about running fields yet. I don't personally like that. Like it's still good, but I can be like, hey girl, we got this challenge and you need it. Like, or hey, I'm having this event, or oh, you can't make it to that event? Well, we're doing this quick Zoom, and like just so many facets that we can dive into. So I'm super excited about that.
Amen. There is literally so much going on right now. And if all you did, I challenged you guys this morning, if you didn't see it over on the post, to invite at least 10 people a day to the event that we're having. And if you guys don't know what it is, on Thursday, I'm hosting the the Meridian and Fields, it's mostly educational. It is mostly product based. I am going to talk about the business, but it's from Kim Cartwright's training a few Sundays ago. So I got the PowerPoint, personalizing it up. I'm taking a couple things out, changing a little bit there, and we are doing it. And so I'm going to host it. All you have to do is invite, like your paycheck depends on it, because it does.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So there's one on Trisha's. It was like a fall event on Thursday.
It's the same one.
Is that the one?
Orange.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
So I know we reach out to people, but do we just put their name in there? And because that's kind of a private group. So, or is there a way, like, how do you inform them about this event? Like,
I don't know if we're talking about the same thing.
Okay.
I did not know. Is Trisha doing a fall event as well, or?
Are you talking about my fall event?
I don't know. I'm trying, like, there's all
It's
these
called
events.
Okay.
Sarah, yours was the skin soiree.
Yep, it's a seasonal skincare soiree.
Right.
Okay.
This is great,
That's-
Lee.
That's the one, I think it was orange.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, and then it was invite your 10 friends and stuff. And I was like, well, it's our private group. How do we invite people? Like, is it basically just the verbiage of reaching out in Messenger, however, and saying, hey, would you like to come to an event?
Yeah, so if you look on the invitation, it says meet me on Zoom for a seasonal skincare soiree. And
Right.
so later, after we get done, I'm going to create a Zoom link.
Okay.
And so
Gotcha.
your job is to invite these people to come on Thursday.
Okay.
And learn, honestly, you can just invite them to learn a little bit more about like seasonal skincare. That's exactly, I'm going to be talking about our products. I'm going to be talking about what sets us apart. I'm going to be talking a little bit about our backstory, who we are, what makes us different, why we claim the #1 spot for so many dang years. Right? That's it. And then I'm going to do the little commercial breaks that she talked about. We're going to talk a little bit about seasonal skin. And then the way that we're going to end it is I'm going to refer everyone to get back to the person that invited them for a skin consultation. So you need to be expecting when that event is over to connect with the people that were on. And it's going to be here on Zoom. And so it's going to be a party. Like, we're actually, instead of just on Facebook where we don't see anybody and you don't have any interaction and you don't know, maybe they're doing 3 other things while they're doing it. Like, you're actually inviting them to come and spend 45 minutes to an hour with you. Okay. So I'm excited about it because I like personal connection and I think it's a huge thing that's missing. So I will put a Zoom link up after that. But Lee, you actually bring up a good point. And a lot of times when things are going on, depending on how your brain works, it can be hard to organize it. And so I can't train you to do this, but what you got to do is you have to train your brain to look at something. And I always say that the only thing that you need to care about on a page is whatever the author of the page wrote. So if Sarah Robbins posts something on the Rockin' Robbins page, go read it. And when you read it, just take out of there the only information that you need. Is there a time and a date that I need? Is something going on? Do I need to write something down from that? That's it. And then Jackie's page, if she posts something, read it. Other than that, you don't need to be on those pages. There's nothing on there for you unless you have a question, you need to use the family, right? Same for my page. If I post something, go in there and read it. You can see an event's going on Thursday. It looks like it's on Zoom. I need to invite. That's really it. And so right now we have that event on Thursday. We have a 10% challenge where you need to go look at your PSQB from last month. Tracy, you need to go look at your PSQB from last month. You need to find out what 10% more is. And that's the challenge. If you get 10% more, then everybody's going to go into drawing for one of 3 things that I have up. Okay. And that's on there as well. Other than that, we will have a recruiting event at the end of the month, but I don't have anything up for it. We have the reverse challenge. People have until October the 1st. And so you can be reaching out to people, letting them know, hey, we've got this challenge. Like Tracy said, you need this. That's it. You need this. I know you need this. Right? And letting them know that all they need to do is purchase a reverse regimen, take their picture on or before October the 1st. use that box until it's gone, or January 1st, whichever one comes first, take a picture, and then they need to send those pictures to you. You need to tell them to take pictures in good lighting. Okay? Because we as a team are going to vote on it, and whoever has the best results, I'm going to give $100, and they're going to have a chance to win up to $200 in products. Okay? So if I were you, I would be right. If I were all of you, I'd be writing people like crazy and letting them know, listen, like if you've ever wanted to try reverse, you should probably try it now, because if you use it really well, like you're supposed to, you could win. So, yep.
I'm sorry. I'm really struggling, honestly, with that. And I don't mean to be, you know, a downer on it, but I have seen with my customers that have used reverse, and I've seen for myself, being older, okay, I'm not gonna say how old, but lots older than most people on here, is that the dark marks do not go away. And in fact, I've been using reverse now for almost a year, and I still have them. And a lot of my customers, it minimizes it, but they don't go away. Now, I've seen incredible, like revolutionary results with young people. A friend of my daughter's used reverse for 3 weeks. And honestly, I was going to post her results. It was stunning. Okay. But now that we don't have reverse lightning anymore, I'm not going to, because people my age, I have a hard time seeing that they're going to get results with brightening. I mean, it's going to be better, but it's not going to be like it was with the lightning. So I'm kind of struggling with that. If I have a younger customer, I would be more than happy to recommend brightening, because that's all they can buy in Australia, and it's working well for my customers in Australia.
Yeah, well, so I wouldn't. My mom had pretty good results, but we have to remember 2 things about it. One, the more years we're around, the harder the dark marks are. So of course it's going to be harder for them to go, and they may not go all the way, because again, we're not selling perfection. We are not selling perfection. Some people, they'll be all gone and that'll be great. I mean, Kim Pataki, who's younger, right? Her before and after is beautiful, man. And that actually did take some time. If you talk to her, I think that took her 2 boxes. So that took her some time. But also the main point is, we're not selling perfection. If somebody wants to go pay hundreds of dollars and go and get a laser treatment, probably multiple laser treatments to have it all the way gone, and then I've seen it happen before, maybe it'll be all the way gone, maybe not. But that's honestly, that if they want it all gone, they probably need to go and do that. Right.
Well, I just think we have to be careful. I just think that there is a tremendous difference in age on the way that these products work and how quickly they work. And I just wanted to voice that, because now that we don't have the reverse lightning anymore, I think it's going to make it harder for the older customer to be satisfied. That's, and I don't know, Kathy, if you have seen any of that, or Kayla, anybody that deals with maybe older customers.
Yeah. I had a customer just today. We had a conversation, and she is so sad because the lightning is gone, and I'm really being encouraging about the brightening, but I don't know if she's going to end up ordering it. I may lose her as a customer.
Right.
She's so disappointed. Yeah.
So I guess the question,
I think it's going to be whatever we portray. If we're confident about, I think they will see an improvement in their skin without a doubt. It may not be what we think they could have received with lightning, but they will see. I mean, and not only will they see it, but they will feel how much better their skin feels. Because when I use reverse lightning, I mean, I was so disappointed that I couldn't wash my face again the next day. I was disappointed I had to wait, because it felt so good. And I think it feels better before it looks better. And I think in time, they are going to notice a difference anyway. But if we're hesitant, I mean, some people don't, and some people don't even know any different.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know what we know already. And I don't feel like I'm being deceiving, because I do think they will see improvement. I think their skin will be more evenly toned, you know, or it'll just be more
True.
even. It'll be brighter all the way around. I think, I don't know, I love how it felt even before I saw a difference. So it's just, I don't know, I think, and it took me a while
with the way that we're selling it. Like, I mean, and it does, I tell my customers often, you under promise and over deliver, because what do we know they're going to get from it? We know what it's going to do for their skin. We know it's going to brighten it up some. We know it's going to help cell turnover. We know that it's going to feel great. And the question, you know, Kathy, whenever we worry about people canceling, the real question is, well, what are you going to wash your face with? Like, what are you planning on taking care of your skin with? You can always go to Redefine. Like, there's...
And it's not like a reverse lightning person is going to stay on reverse lightning. I mean, you're not supposed to stay on it for a long period of time anyway, you know, not like years. You know, you're supposed to move on to something else anyway.
So I struggle with melasma. I've had it since last year. And I am on lightning right now, but even with brightening, I've seen a lot of results even with that. So of course, I let mine go on for a period of time, and melasma, I'll always have it. Like, I will always have to wear sunscreen. I will always have to shield my face from the sun, because it will come back. Yep. Because it's a hormone thing. So I always try to just encourage that, but also say in the same thing that melasma, it takes time for it to go away. Like, it does not go away, because it's hard to get rid of. But I still love the brightening.
I think, though, again, look at your age and look at mine. And I'm just saying, I think that and to your point, Kayla, is that we have to position it and set expectations from the beginning. And I just think that for those older customers, if what they're looking for is to significantly fade the dark marks, I'm not sure that we have a product that will do that anymore.
I'm not either. I'm not either.
I think that we can say what you guys just said, you know, that you're going to even out your skin tone, your skin's going to feel good, and it will reduce. And, you know, but
is that such a bad thing?
In mentioning it.
Yeah, I think that's great.
It's not a bad thing. That's a great thing.
I think it's great. And I tell people this. It's the same thing with like the Botox question and stuff. I always tell them, listen, girl, if you want these results, I know somebody great you need to go see. I mean, if they want those results, I want them to go get those results. I have a girlfriend, a sideline sister in RF. She just got a bunch of laser treatments done. If you follow Charla Corn, you will see her share openly and publicly. She gets Botox a couple times a year. Like, she does these things for her skin because she has, and she even uses the verbiage on Instagram and on her stories and all the videos that she does. She even uses the verbiage that I have a great regimen that I use year round, but a couple of times a year I do this. And here's the thing. We're not in competition with that. We're not competing with it. We're not trying to be that. That's not what we are. And so for whoever it is that we want to share it with, or that it would be right for, there's a ton of people out there that would really be happy with the way the reverse both makes their skin feel and look. There are so many people. And so I really encourage you guys to go with that. I really do. I will tell you, I'm not going to tell you any details because I don't know for sure. It really just is a little birdie that we do have a sale coming. It's not on reverse at the end of the month, but do not wait at all for it. It's not on reverse at all. So go sell that now. But do not wait for those kinds of things, because we have something right now, and something that I've thought about so much since May. Do you guys that were around in May, do you remember the day that we found out it was 20% off site-wide?
I do.
Remember that? Do you guys remember how much we sold?
It was a lot.
It was insane.
still-
That was like my second highest month ever.
It was my highest month.
$13,000 in one day.
Yeah.
And then we proceeded to do that for 3 days straight. Let me remind you all that was. It was 20% off site-wide. Our preferred customers get 10% off. If by chance you want to go use that coupon, you could get somebody 20% off, right? You can do anything you want. It was only, this is the thing that blows my mind. It was only 20% off site-wide. And it was like the top blew off everything. And it's really what I've been thinking about, especially over these past few days. At any point in time, you can take a reverse challenge, a random sale. You can look at what you have up wherever you keep your stash. You can make anything up that you want to, and you can run like crazy with it. The same as the minute that site-wide sale came out. There was no weird magic that happened when that sale came out. It was something that was made up from someone else, and all of a sudden it was live, and there we all went. That was it. We were talking to people like crazy. We were so excited about it. And that goes back to my original, like, what are we excited about? We were excited about it. Who made us excited about it? We got excited about it. That was it. You can do that at any minute of any day that you want to. And that's exactly what needs to happen over these next 9 days. Like, our team is different. And I don't just say that because I'm here with you. I've talked to so many people that are in Meridian fields in different places. We are different. Like, we are on fire in ways and places that other people are not. September can be a low month for some people. I don't want it to be like that for us. Like, we do this just like everybody else, but it's just the decision of, I'm really excited about this. And then we go tell a bunch of people that we're really excited about this. People catch that. You guys got anything else? We got about 6 minutes before I've got to do something else.
Well, I have one positive thing.
Oh.
So I spent 30 years in sales, which sometimes you probably can't tell. But the one thing I do know is that any change in weather, it kind of pushes people off center, and they're open to change. So tomorrow is the first day of fall. So I'm really pushing hard on the fall thing, because down here in the South, it's actually been cold. It's going to be 57 tomorrow morning, which for us is really cold. Get my scarf out.
Where are you at, Deb?
I'm in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Yeah, so anyway, I'm just saying is that, tomorrow's a great day, because, and I don't know, again, what it's like in where you are, but our county just announced that the public schools are going to open back up for 2 days a week. And so, like, moms are looking at finally having a breath to, so anyway, I'm just saying is there's some good things happening right now that I think are real positive to talk about and get people thinking about. That's what I used to send out your invite today was, hey, it's fall.
Yes.
I don't know. I've only got one taker so far, but I got one taker. Anyway, just that's my positive note.
That's awesome. It is awesome. And it is true. People are dying for something to be excited about right now.
Yeah.
Go give them something. Like, you actually have something that's pretty awesome people would be excited about. Go tell them about it. Don't keep it from them. That's not nice.
So are you giving away stuff on Thursday? Because I said you were.
Yeah, I'm going to give away. There are going to be some random drawings there on Thursday. Yep.
Good.
It's going to be fun. It's something different that I've never done before. So, of course, I'm a little nervous. I'm always a little nervous before I do something different. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And, it's going to be whatever energy we bring to it. I really want you guys to bring people that you like to hang out with. Like, bring them so we can have fun together.
Maybe I'll dress for fall.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun. It would be so fun. Really, really fun. I just got some stories made for it as well. And so I'll put the stories out on, I'll put it in the chat, and then I'll put it in the comments of the event too. So you guys can go in your stories and you can market it in your stories too.
Speaking of stories, have you not I've noticed just in the past couple of days, so many people watch the stories more than anything that I've seen. So like, that's where I've been posting a lot of my stuff, because I'm like, okay, I can see 70 people seeing this, you know? And I just thought that was really cool the other day, because I was like, well, because I never really posted in there. So that was something different.
Absolutely. I live in my stories. I think they're great. I still post the same type ratio on my page. So that's my store, and my store stays open. But I really love my stories, and I love that you can see. I'll also tell you, I heard this somewhere recently. Can't remember which podcast or which whatever it was I was listening to. Maybe it was a call. Anyway, she was talking about how easy it is to get into people's inbox, because for what we do, we have to talk to people. We have to actually talk to people. And the cool thing about stories is that when you reply to someone's story, it goes to their inbox. And so you're having a conversation with them. And I've been doing that honestly, I've been having fun. Like I am working because I'm building relationships with them, but I love it. I'm like, that dog is so cute. Like, people post the funniest things in their stories, and you should not react in your head. You should react to them and build a relationship with them, because then you turn around tomorrow and be like, oh my gosh, I haven't even invited you to this thing we're doing on Thursday. It's going to be a ton of fun. You should totally come. Like, then ask them, can I send you an invite? Or if I send you an invite, will you come? That's it. It's so easy then, because you're already talking to them about some random cat meme they put up.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. It's fun. It's fun. All right, guys. It is so great to see you. Let's just totally smash the next 9 days. We should all be nice and rested. I give up on that. I give up. I'll just be delusional for the next 9 days. It's fine. I love you guys. I'll see you later, okay?
Bye.